continuing the public hearing from August 2nd, 2025, or I'm sorry, September 2nd, 2025, 4:30. I would entertain a motion to leave the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Cowles? Here. Commissioner Dose?
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman?
Here. Okay, we're in deliberation. Okay, the budget we have before us does not have the prosecutors ask for the increase in pay. The whole county has been cut this year, and we are shorting ourselves out. We're going to be short this year on our carryover for 25%. So we really need to be mindful of our budgets going forward. We had to increase the insurance increase, and that fell on the employees this year. We still have EVO on the table, and we're looking to levy in the amount of $206,000 due to the loss of basically PILT. We didn't count PILT this year because PILT may not come, so we did not adjust for that. We lost SRS funding, and we had an increase in workman's comp. We lost revenue from the sheriff's office and lost revenue from the roads department for the clerk's office. So the levy amount is $206,349, and basically what that will result to is every $100 that you pay the county only, not the city, not the water district, but every $100 you pay the county, you'll be paying an additional $3.64. That's what that amounts to. And that's about it. That's the budget we have before us. So, do we have any comments or?
Our clerk.
Commissioner, so you misspoke on the PILT. I did put PILT in. I kept PILT at the 280. I kept PILT at 200 something. What number is it? For the Justice Fund.
And you didn't put it in on our fund?
I took half of what we normally get out of ours.
Okay.
Because I figured, because there was, at one point we had an email stating that PILT could fluctuate between 40 and 60%. So I went 50%, and if we get 50% of it, then that would at least keep the Justice Fund up where what they normally get, and then the general fund current expense would take the hit.
Okay.
So I only did half of ours, so a quarter.
Okay. All right.
Or near.
It was a reduction.
A reduction.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Do we have any comments?
I just have a thought on the Viva. I know we have 750, 500. My thought would be, can we just do 500 across the board? And that would save roughly an estimate of about $22,250 if we did that.
Okay.
And if you got rid of it completely, it would be 94,000 if you get rid of Viva completely.
Okay. Any comments, Commissioner Dose, on that?
Yeah, I need to think about that for a second.
Okay.
94,000, Madam Clerk, and or 22,
roughly,
or 22 on the.
Yes.
or roughly. And I want to verify that the only people that get Viva are people who take that have medical. Am I correct?
I don't believe that's the way it was in the past. That when one person, I don't believe it was in the past. It was, everybody got it.
Everybody got it, yeah.
Nope. No, only if they took medical insurance did they get the VIVA. It was $500 for single, $750 for family. However, we do have one employee that doesn't take medical that was receiving VIVA.
That's what we're saying, yeah.
So, if we're going to do it for one, we need to do it for all.
Madam Clerk, I understand. I don't think, you can't be interjecting in this. We can ask you a question. I'm sorry.
All right.
We're in deliberation.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, what do you think on the VIVA? Are you suggesting that as a motion or just as an idea?
It's just as an idea right now as we're deliberating. And
That would
it
save
would
an
save
extra 22,000?
Yeah.
I have a question for the clerk. At this point, we are voting on a balanced budget, though. Is your opinion that anything we can save, we should save, or are we at least we are voting on a balanced
Anything that we can save, we should save.
Well, Mr. Chairman, rather than, since this is an idea and not a motion, maybe we could throw out any other ideas we have and then consider all of them, after we thought. I have an idea on the road and bridge that may or I don't know that it would save us any money. I think it would save us 2 positions. So I'm just going to throw that out as an idea. I met with the director this morning and ran through this idea. I understand that we have on the reserve account, we have this new line of $375,000. I understand that's cash, that's really cash. I don't like the idea of having an anonymous or general, kind of like a miscellaneous reserve like that, but I understand why we might need some of it. I would just like to throw out the idea that we reduce that by $156,000, put the money into payroll and benefits, and save 2 of our county public works positions with that. And it's just an idea. I understand that we have enough cash to do that. It wouldn't change the budget as far as the bottom line. We'd still be doing the same thing, but we would be expending some cash, whereas right now we're just reserving the cash.
I like the idea. However, we would be, again, next year, if this continues, we'd be depleting cash. So, what we tried to do this year, I'm sorry.
Do the same thing.
What we tried to do this year was to not dip into cash on the roads department, but we ended up having to a small amount. And I think if we dip in more each year, that may be problematic. We don't know what's going to happen this next year, whether we're going to get the SRS funding or whether, and if it's off of logging, I don't know what we're going to get for logging. I'm just concerned about that.
I agree with you to a degree. I think if we have $375,000 sitting here in the budget, though, that if we used it, it would come out of cash just as well. I either think we ought to reduce or eliminate that so we don't spend cash, or we ought to spend a little bit of the cash on trying to salvage a couple positions. That's just my idea. Okay.
I would like to ask the clerk again why that line was formed and what her other numbers.
So, because their department is so big and money moves in and out, so inconsistently with getting FEMA monies. And Jessica, if I misspeak, please tell me. But when you do a project, you pay up front, you're waiting for reimbursements from FEMA and different organizations, that their revenue and their budget was a $15,000 difference was all. I put that, because it is their cash, still their cash. So I put a line item, and I think actually I took it down. I don't have it in front of me, but it's not quite the 375. Because I was thinking the order of if something, a truck breaks down more than what they expect, or something needs an extra oil change, or they get 4 extra flat tires, their budget isn't going to support it. It's just not going to support it. So we talked in one of our meetings, and then with Jessica being there, just putting it in there and her not using it unless it was absolutely necessary. So when she gets her monthly reports, she will take her bottom line budget and she'll remove that 300, whatever I put in there now. It has changed a little bit, but she'll remove that off of her bottom line, because that's a security. We also have money in a reserve.
All right, thank you.
That's why it's there. So if something did go wrong, then she would come to you and let you know.
Okay, thank you. Do we want to discuss this further?
Do we have any other ideas that would alter the budget as presented?
No, I don't. I don't have any other ideas.
No.
Do you have any other ideas?
No.
So we have before us a reduction in VIVA, or a complete removal of VIVA, and we have the use of the roads department's cash line to take care of federal employees, which they haven't been hired yet, right? They're
Right.
not,
They're open
we're not,
positions.
they're just open positions. Okay. Any further discussion on those items? Do you guys want to vote on them?
Would you like to make a motion on yours?
Yeah. I make a motion that we bring Viva down to 500 across the board.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So Viva will be at 500 for everyone. Okay. Now you want to do the motion on the roads?
I would motion that we take 156 out of that reserve account, not the entire thing, but 156, and place 85,700 of it in salary, road wages, line 05, and the rest in the D for benefits.
Do we have a second? No second?
Guys, for
Motion dies. Okay. All right. Okay, now we come down to what we've got to decide is the sheriff's budget and how we're going to, we talked about it the other day, regarding using a cash influx of $292,000.76 to be put in as an increase so that they could actually finish out their budget. And do we have any comments on that, how we want to do it? Any ideas?
that would be with us, would that be with us approving the lower number that the clerk suggested?
No, I thought about that first. That would be probably, it would be approving the higher number. But then I think if we approve the higher number, I would like to stipulate to that upon the passing of the levy.
Okay, so help me understand that a little bit.
Okay, what I was figuring is if the levy didn't pass, then we would take the cash injected back. And then they would have to amend their budget to what it stands of what the clerk had put forth.
So on that, would we need to do a resolution for it, just to have that?
Yeah, we'd have to do we would probably, I would do a stipulation that would be followed by a resolution.
Okay.
Any other thoughts?
I will need to make sure before that's done that we can do that through I believe somewhere I'm looking. I believe I read somewhere about doing just exactly that if they were special taxing. So I don't want you to commit to something that, because I don't do special taxes. So I would have to look that up. But you can continue and leave that piece out until I can find it.
That has to be the decision. Kind of, we did this last year. I know it was LATCF funding, I believe. It was LATCF funding. We did it last year, but our clerk may be right. If she has something else that I think we can do it, and we can do something to the effect that if it's available, then we'll go through it. If not, we'll have to think of other areas of income that we can take it from. But do it on condition do it on a conditional purpose.
Well, it seems to me we have the authority to pass whichever budget, the higher or the lower.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the authority now, or perhaps at a later date, if we had to inject cash with LATCF.
Okay.
So I think if I understand the clerk right, I think we're talking procedurally. Can it be done now, or does it need to be done later? If I'm understanding her.
So really, in all honesty, we could go with the clerk's number, and at a later date, that's what you're saying.
I think
We've
always done that.
Okay.
Okay. Bear with us. We're new.
Oh, I miss Peggy right now. She would know the answer to this question. I will look that up. I mean,
Are we looking at this? Do we want to look at a stipulation? Do we want to look at or do you want me to just do a motion and if it dies, it dies?
What
Well,
does?
I mean, because I'm looking at a stipulation, I move that we approve the budget totaling $5,347,341 with the stipulation that the override levy doesn't pass, then the $292,076 will be returned and the budget will be amended.
so you could do it that way, or you can do it the way that Commissioner Doe suggested. You go with the lower number, we don't have to put in all the stipulation, and then at a later date, you can interject.
Then if,
Or
Yeah,
then you can add.
We'd have to reopen the budget, and this time we don't have to reopen the budget. We can just stipulate to this and put it in a resolution that if it didn't pass, then they would amend their budget and go off of the previous figure of the 5 million.
55, yeah.
Clerk, do you have?
I would recommend that the lower budget, and then if the special levy passes, we just open the budget and put that money back into their account because it's their money. We're going to have to do that anyways. We'll have to open their budget to receive those monies anyways.
No, we won't. You don't have to open the budget to receive the monies. If we passed it at the 5,347,000, that would be that. And then we can do, and you don't have to reopen the budget to receive money. You only have to reopen the budget if you are going to expend more. And so I'm just looking at the cost of reopening a budget. It's noticing in the paper, and I think a stipulation and a resolution from the board explaining our terms would probably be suffice to bring that back, and then they would amend it.
I think either way works, but your idea would save opening the budget. Do you want to make it in the form of a motion?
Yeah, I'll motion that we fund the sheriff budget totaling $5,347,341 with the stipulation that if the override levy does not pass this November, then we will not fund the $292,076, and the budget will need to be amended accordingly.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. A motion carries. Okay, now we'll approve the budget, the rest of the budget as it is. I would motion to approve the rest of the county budget as set forth.
Do we have,
Where are we going to get the money?
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
Can you tell me, unrelated to our other discussion, if I want to make a motion to approve the whole budget, what are the total numbers?
Well, we're going to probably have to go back through if we need to find that. We're going to have to find the 292,000 someplace else.
That's coming from LATCF.
Oh, LATCF.
That's not redoing the budget.
So it will be. Oh, maybe I didn't bring it. Okay, let me go grab it.
Yeah, she mentioned some other numbers that changed, so I'm going to make sure it's up to date. This is.
Was there anything else? Anybody else have?
That's the only.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get those right. This is adding. Oh. 290.
We have a total number?
Yes, so you wait, I didn't know if you guys recessed and you needed to go back in.
No.
We are at 16,934,693.
That was 16,934,693.
693.
Now, does that include the sheriff's budget at 5347?
341, that is correct.
Okay, and does that remove the VIVA of 22,000?
Nope. Nope, that'll take time to
get exact numbers.
to get exact numbers.
Okay. Well, we can just
I can pull those numbers today, get those totals, and then you can vote to approve it. It doesn't have to be voted today to approve.
okay.
I think we should make sure that all of our
I agree.
ducks are in a row, because once you say yes,
Yep.
then we're committed. And I don't know exactly the VIVA, and
Okay.
because we may have missed one person or something, so I think we need to.
Okay. We will go ahead and we're going to have to continue this till tomorrow. We have that by tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Is everybody okay with that? Okay. We'll continue until tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thank you. We're adjourned.